So today I'm going to be reacting to a Meat of the Matter video. He's an anti-vegan activist. If you watch my stuff, you'll know I've had a couple of run-ins with him. So let's just jump into the video.
So it's typical once again. So firstly they shut the door without even speaking to us within 30 seconds of us getting there. We hadn't even set the camera up. And then we were spat at, pushed, and then had a coffee thrown on us.
So I strongly believe that we should avoid showing any aggression at all costs. Not only considering the idea that we're not going to convince the person we're talking to by being aggressive or violent, but also with the public perception. We want the public to perceive us as calm and rational because at the end of the day we have logic on our side and we have the truth on our side. So we don't need to resort to being aggressive or violent at all.
So they've already literally shut shop because they must know that what they're doing is dangerous for health.
This whole idea of the anti-vegan activists being there because they care about public health is so disingenuous. Even if we forget about the fact that vegan diets have been shown to lower rates of heart disease, type 2 diabetes and certain cancers, so that they're actually promoting ill health by encouraging the carnivore diet. Even if we forget about that, what about smoking? I mean, we know without doubt that smoking is causing millions of people to die prematurely. If these activists were solely motivated by promoting health, how come they're not on the streets talking about smoking and trying to discourage people from smoking? It's certainly an unnatural behaviour as well. It's clear that these activists aren't doing it for any public health concern because they wouldn't be just so focused on veganism.
Nature has not changed, you know. Nature cannot change.
No, man, you support industrialization. That's the reason why we're living here. You understand? You understand? If you believe naturally, you don't have to support all of this shit, man. We will come back to nature, man.
Because she's too brainwashed, man, to see anything.
This is something called an appeal to nature fallacy, and it's something you will hear all the time if you talk to Sv3rige and his cronies. And it means that we assert that something is good because it is natural. In reality, we know that things that are natural can be good, like feeling pleasure, and they can be bad, like arsenic. If you were to accept the appeal to nature fallacy and take it to the extremes, and in relation to morality, we could assert that rape is a perfectly natural behaviour and therefore is moral, because from an evolutionary perspective, rape promotes our genes in the gene pool and is therefore an evolutionary advantage. So it's clear that just because something is natural, that doesn't necessarily make it good or somehow morally acceptable.
All I want is hate this way. All I want is.
We are literally artificially inseminating animals with our fists, genetically engineering them so they have these massive bodies, so we have more flesh to consume, so they have more secretions that we can take, so that someone can go and watch a Sv3rige video and then go to a farmer's market in London and buy this animal's flesh, somehow claiming that it's natural. There's nothing natural about it. And if you did want to follow your ancestors' diet, why aren't you consuming insects? It's clear that our ancestors consumed insects all the time because we were opportunistic eaters.
You don't have any
What about it do you not understand? Veganism is violence. It murders billions of animals a year. In America alone, 7.3 billion animals are dying through monocrops.
No, man.
Veganism supports
No,
that.
man. How do you
The
grow
meat
your
industry
crops? How do you grow your
feeds
crops?
people.
How do you
This
grow
murders wild animals, wild habitat.
So there's a number of ways we can debunk the monocrop argument. It's something I had to do when I was talking to Sv3rige face to face. But firstly, we can talk about intent. We know there's a difference between intentionally harming someone and unintentionally harming someone. For example, if I was to slash someone's throat open, that's different to me accidentally hitting someone with a car. So intent matters. And when I purposely buy animal products that I know has had animals suffer and die for, that's different to me buying a carrot when there could have been some harm in the production of that carrot. To maintain a non-vegan world, we have to feed the animals that we consume with crops, and therefore there are more crop-related deaths because of our non-vegan diets. In a vegan world, we would absolutely care about the accidental deaths in plant agriculture. It is a problem. And it's enough to say that in a vegan world where we give animals their basic rights, we absolutely would look to reduce this issue. We would look to find ways that animals aren't being accidentally killed in crop-related deaths. For example, we could have indoor farming, we could have vertical farming. Like I said in the Sv3rige video, it's kind of like you're trying to reduce the amount of accidental car accidents while simultaneously holocausting billions of humans each year. It doesn't make sense. Let's deal with the main issue, and when we give animals their basic rights not to be exploited and turned into objects like shoes and sandwiches, then we can also look to reduce the number of accidental deaths as well. Just like we should look to reduce the number of accidental car accidents in humans.
Do not eat the food in there, it will literally kill you. Our only reason for being here is to save people, that's it.
No, this is not true, because you are not vocal in terms of helping people to stop smoking, despite the fact that we know that smoking is the cause of millions and millions of people's premature deaths.
You
What
can't
nutrients
switch.
can't you get? Yeah, you can.
15 essential nutrients.
Yeah, there's no possible
Vitamin
way to get...
B12, vitamin A,
You can get
vitamin
all of
D.
them,
You
Trey.
can't with fake supplements that destroy your health.
I'm still waiting for you to provide the evidence that me taking a B12 supplement is somehow detrimental to my health. Please provide the research. I know you're probably watching this video. You can post the research in my comment section and I'll have a look at it.
Well, you look like you need more meat. It's really
I've had
helped
meat
me.
today, so...
Well, you have more, honestly. Like, it's healed me, and so many other people are reversing every type of condition by eating mainly meat.
Every type of condition.
Really, really.
Every type of condition.
And by the way, if one of your, I don't know, one of your parents, one of your families got cancer or AIDS, this one cures cancer and AIDS.
Yeah, seems legit,
Eat local grass-fed meat. Support local farmers.
I always find this idea really interesting. For some reason, I don't know if this is just in the UK, but there seems to be this belief that we should support farmers, as if it's somehow a morally good thing to do to support farmers, more so than any other profession. And I'm sure that farmers work hard, as do electricians, but I don't see any campaigns telling us to support our local electricians. Like, why farmers? Like, why not the electrician? Why not the person who works in your local store? Why not the person who creates video games for kids? Like, why is it the farmer? It just doesn't make any sense. It seems completely arbitrary to me.
Biotechnology is one of the greatest innovations.
No, man.
Yeah,
No,
biotechnology is great.
You support industrialization. That's what you're doing. You're supporting this artificial industry. Look around you.
Artificial
Look
breeding
around you and see what nature is.
We've been artificially breeding since the beginning of civilization, though. Well, the only difference is we're taking the genes that we want and we're inserting them into. Because
Into what?
it's only
Into
cross
what?
it's only crossbreeding.
What?
So we've been crossbreeding. Like, look at corn nowadays. Corn isn't the same way that it used to be.
That's why I'm supporting local grass-fed
we've been-
animals. And eat
Okay, wait,
like
no, I'm talking about,
if you wanna eat natural vegetables that grow locally.
But what's wrong
in
with
your
genetically
country.
modified?
It's wrong because like you genetically modify a gene that is inside a food, and genetically is gonna modify your own genes slowly.
That works.
Yeah, man.
So yeah, this just isn't how genetics work. You can't just modify your genetics by consuming certain foods. Your genetics are fixed. So this video is like an hour long, so I'm not going to go through all of it. I think I'm probably going to stop here. If you like this kind of video, reaction videos, it makes a bit of a change, then let me know and I can do more of them. Still trying to get used to talking to the camera, I guess. Talking to people comes a lot more natural to me than talking to this. But I think I'm improving. How long do I have to stay still before this gets awkward? Okay, it's a bit awkward. I'm going to stop the video.